So you're here because you have the goal of signing a professional contract, and that's exactly what I'm going to speak about in today's video. No time wasting, no bull. Just get straight into it. So here's the 5-step plan to you signing a pro contract in 2023. Number one is you need to get to that level. Ask yourself, are you at the level? Are you at the pro level? If not, then you need to ask yourself a second question. What do you need to do to get to that level? What do you need to improve? And then once you've figured out what you need to improve, ask yourself, how can you improve that? How can you improve that certain skill, which will then help you get to the pro level? Another important one is, how can you get to that level in the shortest amount of time? Once you figure out all of this, you just need to stick to doing that, and you need to be consistent. Once you know all the answers, you don't need to figure out anything else. You know what you have to do, so you have to focus on consistently doing it. It's that simple. One big bit of advice I say to a lot of players here at JN Football is fake it until you make it. So basically live like a pro until you actually make it as a pro. So what does that mean? You want to basically live the lifestyle of a professional footballer, even though you're not a professional footballer. So you want to eat, you want to sleep, you want to train, you want to recover, you want to go to the gym, just like a professional footballer does. You want to be dedicated, just like a professional footballer is in their life. In your life, football needs to be the number one focus for you to reach that level that you want to reach. So personally, what I used to do, how long ago? 4 or 5 years ago, when I was still living in England, I worked a part-time job. I worked 4 hours a day. I worked from 7 to 11? So I got home at 11:30. I went out and trained. Then I hit the gym, and in the evening I had team training. I didn't do anything else. I went to work, I ate, I went to the gym, and I team trained. That was it. I didn't do anything else. My whole life was about becoming as good as a footballer as I can, as quickly as possible, to give me access to more opportunities in the short term. So I wasn't thinking about signing a massive 5-year contract. I was just thinking short term, get that first contract, get that first opportunity, and I was doing everything in my power to get there. I wasn't doing anything else. I wasn't wasting time on anything else. And although this might seem unhealthy in the long term, I was so focused and so dedicated to my goal of signing a professional contract. So I did everything in my power to make sure I do that. So number 2 is network. Yes, it's important to be a good footballer and be a talented footballer. But if no one knows that you are a talented footballer, then it's kind of a waste, if that makes sense. For you to get access to opportunities and you to find an opportunity and find trials and find teams, coaches, scouts, agents, they need to know your name. They need to know who you are and why you are a good footballer and how you can help teams to reach their goals. So you need to get your name out there. How can you do this? Well, there's 2 different paths you can do. Number 1 is in person. So the football world is a really, really small world. This guy who you know knows this guy, and then this guy's cousin is an agent. Your coach, his brother's a professional player. He has access to scouts and agents. If you go from one contact to another, between them 2 contacts, you can gain a massive range of different contacts. So don't be shy. Ask around. Ask teammates, coaches, ex-coaches, people who are always watching your games. Ask if they know anyone around who might be able to help you with opportunities. If you're already playing at a decent level, a lot of your teammates will probably have agents, or they'll just know about agents. So by you asking a teammate, that teammate sends you to one contact. Then that one contact sends you to another contact. Then that contact sends you to an opportunity. That is the power of having a good network in football. Number 3, which is a big one and was a big one for me personally, is you want to save as much money as you can. So if you're playing semi-pro or you're playing amateur or whatever, you need to be saving money next to that. So whether that's a part-time job, investing, I don't know, whatever it is to get money in your pocket, of course that's legal. To go on trial at teams in your own country or even abroad, you need money. Not all teams pay for flights, accommodation, food, stuff like this. It depends on the club, but a lot of the time you need to pay for this stuff yourself. So you need to have money in your pocket, which will then allow you to go on trials and seek out these opportunities. In my experience, I had one club that paid for my flights and I got accommodation there, paid for, but I didn't get food. But then, for example, another club, I didn't get flights, I didn't get accommodation, I didn't get food. So it completely depends on the situation and the club and what they can offer you as a player. Now, number 4 is a weird one, but get used to saying no and start to love hearing no. As a footballer, you're going to hear no a lot of the time for many different reasons. You're not good enough, they don't have the budget, you're not in the position they need, visa problems. There's so many different things that can go wrong which will lead to you hearing no. So get used to it, but don't hate it, kind of enjoy it. Hearing no means you get the opportunity to chase another opportunity, if that makes sense. You get the chance to go again, to start again. So of course, hearing no a lot is not a good thing, it's not a positive thing. However, you can hear 1,000 no's. All you need to hear is one yes. That's all you need. You can hear no 999 times. Then the 1,000th time, you go again, they say yes, and you're now successful. So that's all that matters. No matter how many no's you hear, you need to keep on going to finally get that one yes. And then finally, number 5 is you need to enjoy the journey. Yes, of course, we're all focused on the end goal, that image of you signing a professional contract. That's the focus, that's what everyone's thinking about. However, you can't forget to live in the moment and enjoy the journey, because the journey is where the magic happens. That's where you learn, you grow, you cry, you laugh, you see and experience so many things in life. As a footballer, going on trials and seeking out opportunities, the journey is where it all happens. Now you need to fall in love with the journey, and if you learn to love and enjoy the journey, the destination is going to be so much sweeter when you get there. But during the journey, you would have grown and improved so much more just by you learning to enjoy it and love it. And just to finish off, if you want to sign a professional contract next year, you need to look back on this past year and ask yourself, did you do everything in your power to then set you up for a successful 2023?